Well, thrifting has begun today. It's a Saturday, and I have come to the regular Goodwill before going to the bins. I already found a few things for the booth. Found several of these. 59 cents a piece, and then let me get up here and I'll show you the cookie jar. Let's see. It's crowded today. Have the little children are out of school and they're looking through things too, but I also found a cookie jar, a little haul of them, on a motorcycle. So we'll see what we can find today. I'll take you along. Fun, fun. Well, I found a few things. I met my friend Tim up here and showed him the bin store. He had never been. He was picking up an item from me, so he shopped a little while with me, and he went on. And I usually collect up the ones that look like the real food and then sell them either in a lot. Sometimes a lot on eBay, you know, sell pretty good, or I put them in my booth. I found a pocket salmon. That was $1. These are 15 cents a piece. This Boppet was $2. Found the Boppet Extreme, and it works because I threw it in the bag and it started talking to me, so yes, it works. What else did I find? Oh, I found a bunch of these. I've got a friend of mine. He doesn't use the digital music. He uses a lot of the CD soundtracks and the karaoke style and things like that, so I went on and bought those. I've got probably about 15 of those in there. I found this. I looked it up. It's new, but it's dirty, you know, for being in the bins and stuff, so I'll disclose all of that. But it's one of the Dizzy Devils, and I believe it was worth around $12 to $15, something like that, on eBay. That's what it sold for last. This is a new with tags, same type of condition. I can't even talk, it's so cold out here. I think it was 81, yeah. 1981 on that. Found one of the little NASA bears. The face mask is messed up, but I'm going to cut that out and disclose it. But I've sold these several times, the little commemorative bears that they had. And one more thing. And I'm going to pop back in the bin store. I went out to the car to give him his stuff and let him roll on, and I'm going to go back in. Found a Harley shirt. Of course, this was all weighed. So found a Harley shirt. And one of my fabulous Crown Royal bags that I collect. And I've sold a couple of these little costumes in the last week or so. They always sell. It doesn't matter what season it is, but that's one of the ones from Frozen. So it's a good little thing. Let's see what else we can find. It's a beautiful day, but it is frigid out here. I gotta get inside. My friend Tim went on and left. He had some other things he needed to do, and I just got a feeling I should go back in. I saw a lot of bins moving in and out. Well, I found some good stuff. This is a Mr. Christmas. It's spelled Xmas, but Mr. Christmas, if it lights up and works, I'll probably get around 35 to 40 for it. A lot of these Ganga brand. Several of the 70s, 80s, early 80s Raspberry. I sell a lot of these, and usually I'll get anywhere from like $6 or $7 on up for those, depending on what they are. Pink Panther, different things. Just a cool little print. I may end up using that in my bathroom or something at my house, but we'll see. It's just a little print. And then I was so glad I went back in because I found this, and she charged me 50 cents for it, knowing what it was. United States metal. It's in the presentation box. Got that. And I got two of these This one has military photos, travel photos, things like that in it. All of them look to be in good shape. This one's got more of the outdoors pictures, like the fishing and things like that from, looks like maybe the 60s, 70s, early 70s, something like that. But stuff like that will sell. So I'm going to put that on there. I got each of those books for $1. Got this for my kids. It's the Old Spoons game. I just mentioned to them about reading the Indian in the cupboard during homeschool, and so I actually found one and figured I'd do that and then put it in my booth. I always pick up, especially the older little golden books. I sell those all the time in my booth. I don't usually pick up Avon, but this one sells pretty well for around $8 to $10. I've seen a few a little bit higher than that, but it looks like a little shaker that you put your powder in. And then I sell these over and over. Anytime that I find the nautical things that shows the knots and things like that, I sell those pretty well. So that was a good little hit. I think I will head down. It's not quite 2 o'clock, and it's on 30% day at one of my friends' estate company sales, and so I think I'll head down there to Senatobia. We'll see what we find down there. Cool. I thought I'd come down to Senatobia. It was about a 15-minute drive from the bin store. I'm gonna pop in and see what my friend Mike Steele has. He's with Mississippi Estate Sales. Let's just see what they have. I love his sales. So this was my third and final trip. I finished up at the estate sale, and I thought, well, I have to pass by the bin store practically anyway, so I might as well stop back in, and I did find some more things. This is just wooden. It's a reproduction type thing or whatever, but it is vintage. The thermometer seems to work on it. I gave 50 cents for that. I found Caillou. I'll put him in my booth. So he was $1. I found an ADG vintage purse. It looks pretty clean overall. It's got a couple of little places on it. Those usually sell for around 20 to 25 on those. I found some of the older pound puppies. They're not the first go around with them, but they are the second go around with them. So I forget what it is. I don't even remember now. I don't have my reading glasses on, so if it has a date on it, there it is. And I don't know. Let's see. I don't see a date. I think I looked it up wherever. But I found those. This whole bag is full of Legos. All kinds of Legos. My kids are in Lego League, so if I don't sell them to the people with the Lego League, then I'll probably bag them and sell them by the pound. I found 3 of the 4 canisters with tops and everything of the Tupperware. I always sell those. Those always sell. I can put them in my estate. If they don't sell, they'll sell in my booth. Found 2 more Boppets when I went back, which was cool. Found that one and that one. What else did I find? Garfield. Found another vintage Garfield. He popped out. And then I found several of clothing pieces. Not anything stellar, but anime style type of where is she? Type of shirt. I found a piece of LuLaRoe. I felt it down in there and I went, yep, that's LuLaRoe. Embroidered sweater. It's vintage, and I'm going to go on and put it on, probably on, I don't know, maybe Etsy. I haven't decided. And this one is marked, and I may never find the mark on it, but it is actually signed. It's a not San Antonio, San Juan wearable art scarf. So those always sell real well for me. All in all, it was a really great day. Fun. Happy junking.
How many days have you been doing this stuff?
This is the third day on this one. I don't know how much filming I can do, but oh my goodness, it's still so full. 50% off, and they're doing box deals. These are just some of the things I bought. Oh my goodness, you would not believe this sale. I showed you a few pictures, but there was no touching pictures everywhere. There was people everywhere. I got some of the Hallmark type ornaments, Jenny dolls. Got a whole boatload of these. I don't have any boxes for them, but it won't matter. They'll sell. I got several of these calendars, like in the 90s. I sell a lot of those on Etsy and things. Got a couple of things for a friend that does the model trains. Got some of these applique kits. This one right here last sold for like $24.99 plus shipping. So these sculptured soaps, I used to get these when I was a kid, and they don't sell really high, but they sell really well. They sell fast. So I want to pick those up. I got some of the Thomas Train pieces, more Jenny dolls. Lots of these little things. That's for my friend that's the model train guy. He's going to have a whole forest before it's over with, I think. I keep finding those. Found a lot of the, I bet conservatively she had 2,000 books in this house. And probably 3/4 of them were children's books, like some of the older children's books and things like that. Collector books. I found this. This was kind of cool. And of course, this wasn't the original, you know, because it was Clement Moore that did the original. But this Shirley Holt book, I found this. And it actually is autographed, so that was kind of cool. That was $1. They were down to where they were $1 each on all of the books. And the interesting thing I found out about this sale was, this was Charlotte's Estates, which I love to go to that company's estates. They price things correctly for the customer the first 2 days, but they blow it out at the end, and they do it even more so than most of the companies around here, because they hold back things that they'll sell to their buyout vendors and stuff. She doesn't. She just sells it. And something interesting that I found out was this was the third day of her sale, and they just sold really well the first 2 days, and it was just packed. You couldn't even walk through the rooms or anything, you know, when she got in. And that was after another company had done a 3-day sale, huge 3-day sale, and had buyout box deals at the end. And this house was like, it might have been 2,000 square feet. I really don't think it was that large. I think it was more like 1,500 square feet. It is the most packed house I think I've been in, and that's saying something, because I've been in some really packed ones. I can't get down in there, but there's a lot of books, and found a spot glass, you know, just a few odds and ends like that. But I had determined that I would come to the bin store, which is where I am right now. Whoa, sorry about that. Camera action. But I don't know. I've got about an hour and a half. I could go back over to that sale, because I'm sure I missed things. So we're going to see what the bin store has, and then we may trek back over there and close them up. Well, I went by the bin store and I got a couple of things. I got this ant farm. I got the disc golf for my kids. I figured they could play with that, even though it's beat up. It's all there. Got several other little things from the bin store, but I only spent about $5 or $6 there. I decided to come back to the estate sale and they had a closet that they had not opened up to the public because it had a lot of clothing and they just didn't want to deal with it. It was so much stuff in this one, so they let myself and one other lady go through it, and we found some vintage children's clothing. Some of it's hand sewn, some of it's not, but all of that'll sell. Got a lot of the ladies' home journals, home style magazines. I can sell those. Found a Disney lithograph of the Aristocats. I found this garbage bag here is at least half full of the Coca-Cola beanies, which don't sell for high dollar, but they do turn over pretty consistently in my booth, so I always stick those out. That's something that I didn't have probably a quarter in them. Several of the Elvis pieces, she didn't have anything tremendous, but a few little things, some fabric, postcard, a couple of things like that. Showed you those already. I don't even know what I did. I'm tired. Can you tell? I came in about 30 minutes, buzzed through everything again. I got several ornaments down in there. Found a few more train pieces for my friend, and it was just a terrific day. That was fun. Love Charlotte sales. Happy junking.